Gyra,
You are enough.
and I will be
I will be content.
woo in every circumstance.
Gyra,
Gyra,
you are enough.
woo.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Talk About It, where we talk about all the crap that y'all don't talk about.
Yep.
I hope your second week of 2023 has been amazing.
Second week. That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, hopefully this year, is a little better than last year because last year was a little hectic. But anyway,
Let's get into it. So for today, we are going to talk about am I enough / not alone.
what a good ass topic.
Stop swearing.
What a good topic.
What a good topic.
What a good topic. How did we come up with this topic, Maria? Tell me.
So last week I was singing for Friday, and I was listening to Gyra because that was one of the songs that I was going to sing, and I was like, I went through this when I was younger, and many people do go through it still. So let's talk about it.
Let's. What?
So I was like, yeah.
And we have a little surprise for y'all. We now have 1, 2, 3 cameras.
Oh my
How
God.
crazy. We're leveling up, and we said on our Instagram that it was only going to get better from here, and here we are stepping it up.
3 cameras, 3 SDRs, 5 I was about to say 5 lights. 4 lights.
Yeah, we're just, getting better by the day, and it really does only get better from here. So
Yes.
let's get to it.
Okay, so I wanted to start off saying a quick little Bible verse.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hopefully I don't stutter this time.
Hopefully I don't have to read it for you. Sorry.
Not funny. Okay. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power made in perfect weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weakness, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weakness, in insults, in hardship, in persecutions, in delightfulness. For when I am weak, then I am strong.
Beautiful.
Let me go back to my notes. So pretty much, when I thought about this topic, it came to my mind that you are chosen from God. Everything that you go through, every struggle that you go through your life is for a purpose. God put it in your life to make you stronger, and he wouldn't put something in your life that you couldn't withstand, so you'd break down. Just know that he's always with you and that you are enough in his eyes because he made you perfectly.
Absolutely. I love that. One thing I think about when somebody questions their worth, the first thing that comes to mind is self-sabotage, because like even before you start doing something, you already plant that seed of insecurity into that one thing. And a prime example is like going to the gym. I went to the gym with this one person, and before we even stepped foot in the gym, they were like, oh my God, like so many people are going to be staring at me. Oh my God, I'm going to know so many people. They're all going to be, saying something. But it's like, why are you planting that without even knowing that
What's
that's
gonna
going to
happen?
happen?
Yeah.
So it's like you're self-sabotaging yourself when realistically, it's really not that serious. Like, you're doing that one thing for yourself, and your worth is, or you are enough by just showing up. Like, you don't have to overthink the fact that people are going to be looking at you or talking about you, because you're doing your part by just being there and doing your part,
Mm-hmm.
by being there, showing up, doing what you're supposed to be doing. So just block out those people from your head and just focus on yourself and what you're doing, because that's really all that matters. So stop planting the seed of insecurity on things before you even start doing them.
Or like, stop putting a negative aspect to everything you're going to do,
Yeah.
or everything that you want to do in your life.
Yeah.
Before you do something, an example, before you try a food you never tried before, oh, I don't like it, you don't know.
Yeah.
You never done it before, you never ate it before.
Yeah.
How do you know if you like it or not?
Yeah, that's a very good example. Look at you go. I have something that says the feeling of inadequacy or not being good enough is gonna come. It's a human thing. Like, it's normal. Inevitable. Obviously, you're gonna feel like you're inadequate for doing something, but you have to tell yourself that it doesn't have the authority to stay in your life, because it's not from God. God didn't put that in your life. So you have to put it out there that it doesn't have the authority to stay in your life. And, repreende.
Eu repreendo em nome de Jesus toda seta inimigo contra a minha vida, amém.
Como que fala repreende em inglês?
Rebuke.
Oh, there you go. Rebuke it from your life.
Yes.
Or rebuke it from the action you're about to do, or rebuke it from, whatever it is. Because it doesn't have the authority to stay. It's not from the Lord.
Yes, and like all the thoughts and the negative things that come into your mind, that pop into your mind, just know that it's the devil's work against you, and it's trying to push you back for you to be bigger and better. And especially in this world, so many people are judgmental. So many people want to be better than you. So many people are trying to compare you to others or yourself to others or whatever. Just know that you are enough in Christ, and that like no matter what you do, go in and be like, I got this. I'm going to try to do this even though it takes a while or it brings me down in some sort of way. Just I got this.
Yeah, absolutely. Just because you feel insecure about your worth, it doesn't mean you've lost your sense of self per se. Like, just because you feel like you can't do that one thing doesn't mean that
you shouldn't try.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, just because you don't feel like you're worth enough to do that one thing doesn't mean you should stop trying, or you shouldn't even try at all. Like, that's not what it means. Like, you should still attempt to do that one thing, or
put a foot through the door.
Yeah, still do your part by trying in whatever situation that might be. So insecurity doesn't mean you've lost your sense of self. You just have to work through it and do your part. Another thing too, I'm gonna read it straight off my notes, because when I was writing this came into my head and I was like, holy, like, this is powerful. So it says, acknowledge the fact that these thoughts are gonna come, and understand and believe that these thoughts aren't gonna stay, and they don't have the authority to stay. If you sit on it and linger on the self-doubt, which turns into complete discouragement, don't give into the lie that the enemy is casting over you. Like I said, rebuke it.
Yeah. All the negative thoughts that pop into your head, devil's work against you.
Yes, like Maria said. You have to constantly be asking God to be working on the protection of your mind, if that makes any sense. Because the devil is constantly trying to
get to you, pick at you, do
Yeah.
anything to destroy
Get
you.
into your
Yes.
head. Yeah, that's where the insecurities are from. It's the devil trying to tell you that you can't do that one thing. So you really do have to rebuke that out of your life, because if you don't, then you're just gonna, go into a hole of insecurity and of thinking that you're not good enough for that one thing that you're trying to do.
Not even insecurity. It can be pain, doubt, weakness,
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Um, I have another verse. It's in Genesis 1:27. So God created mankind in His own image. In the image of God, He created them, male and female. He created. God created you in His most image. So nothing that is within you or the emptiness or whatever is wrong. He created you. He died on that cross for you. He loves you. One big thing about people oh, I don't feel that I'm enough. When I was younger, it was oh, I haven't received the oh, I love you type of thing. A lot of that comes from that. And if you look at it, somebody can say I love you to you and it won't of
Feel any
feel anything, because um I don't want to be a void inside of you, but something that has to preencher within you is Jesus. Whatever you're going through, the insecurity, the pain, the doubt, the not feeling worth anything, is not because of anything else. Nothing will fill that void but Christ.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, One story I have is it was my Chia's birthday, and it was December something, and I don't know, I wasn't feeling myself, probably because I was on my period, but I never get the way I was on that day. Um, a few days before, my mom was like, I love you. And I was like, my mom was like, yeah, I love you too, Mom. But I was so in my head and not feeling good and not feeling the I am enough that day, that I was driving home after we ate at Olive Garden, and I just put a song on. It was me and my grandma in the car. I just started sobbing.
Aww.
And the I love you, Maria, just came back in my mind. I'm like, no, no. I was trying to put my face towards this way, driving while my grandma was here. Music was
You're just
yeah. I was like, yeah.
damn, no, I have a similar story. It actually happened, I think it was either you or your mom that came to me during service one day and just hugged me or something. I was sick. It's always when you're
It's always when you're
in
down.
pain.
Yeah.
And then I think it might have been your mom, and I just started sobbing.
Probably my mom.
Yeah. Or I think your mom might have told you to give me a hug or something. It was something like that. And I just started sobbing because, I was feeling a little alone.
Mhm.
So
We have those days.
yeah.
They do come. Trust me.
Yeah.
And you never know what somebody goes through. A hug can go a long way.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody is definitely going through something. Nobody is in a comfortable spot in life ever. Another thing I have here on my notes is rejection. And I've said this a couple times, and we've both said this a couple times about seasons. There is a season for everything, and sometimes you might feel like you're not enough just because you got rejected for something. And remember that God has a timing for everything, a perfect timing for everything. So if you get that no at a job opportunity, or if you get a no on an email reply or something like that, just remember that it's not the timing for that right now, and a better opportunity might come in the future, or um, they might come back to you and ask you to either work for them or something like that. So remember that it's not because you're not good enough, it's because it's not the timing for you yet.
Yeah. About timing, I saw a story of one of my friends in school. She's like 23 now, but um, she was um, late to go do something, and all the Sinais were green, 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 green until she got there. The last one to like turn on the street, she said she was like it was red, and she was like she thought about the idea of like God opens doors, and when He wants to shut one, He will.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
When He wants your season to end, your season will end. You won't know when something will happen, when something new will come into your life. And the part of feeling rejected, yeah, your season may end, yeah, that light may turn red, but know that it's for a purpose.
Yeah.
It's for God's plan.
Yeah.
It's for something better to come into your life.
Yeah, this goes for relationships, ends, beginnings, purchases, jobs, literally everything. It's all in God's will, and if He wants you to do something, He will either open that door or close it for sure. Just spray through it. You got this. Have faith. Yeah, you really gotta have faith, because if you don't, then you're just gonna spiral.
And everything, too, is a lesson in this world. For me, friendships. I had a friendship with this girl for about 3 years. That season ended. God shut that door. I learned from it. I learned how to better myself. I learned what and what not to do with the friendship. I learned whatever God taught me, it gets more deeper, but like everything is for a purpose. When that season ended, I didn't feel I was worth it or enough. I didn't feel loved. But another season came in, and I was like, okay, joy comes back. God, He didn't leave, but like I got closer to Him after that friendship, and I'm like, okay, I feel more love.
It's not because you're not enough. It's because God has a better path for you to walk in.
He's always teaching you.
Yes.
That's one thing that
There's a lesson in every single moment of your life. Absolutely. We just overcomplicate things. Like, it's really not that serious. Like, you overthink so many situations in life. It's insane. I'm a big
Me too.
overthinker. Oh my God. Before we started filming, I was gonna start crying.
I know.
It was bad. It was really bad.
Took a little bit of like 2 hours.
2, more like 3. It's 1:00. It took us 3 hours to set up because
This is the first time setting up.
yeah, like this. But it's because I was like overthinking,
You were overwhelmed, I feel.
I guess. Like, it was just too much and I wasn't happy with what was going on.
Yeah.
So I just sat down and I was just like, yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, we know.
But it's really not that serious. It's not that serious.
But it is.
Well, yes, but in other situations, like,
It could be worse.
take it with a grain of salt. Like, it's really not that serious. It's not that serious. That's all I gotta say. It's not that serious.
Yeah, me and Lucas were like, no, we're fixing this.
Because you might be crying and God might be laughing at you because it's really not that serious.
That is
But it's true.
true.
Us humans are so emotional so fast when things don't go our way.
We always want to control the situation no matter what. That's one
100%.
thing that everybody wants to do is control everything that happens in their life. And that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yep.
I'm like dilly-daddling over here. Like, we entered this episode with the song Gyra.
We started this episode.
Just like we started this episode with the song Gyra, one big thing in there, it says that I'm already loved, I'm already chosen, and I know who I am. And yeah, just know that you're always loved. You're chosen by God, and you know who you are.
I love that.
Dude, I love that song. I'm already loved. I'm gonna piss my pants.
Ain't no way. I was just gonna compliment you on your singing yesterday, but I take that back.
Hey, that was yesterday, not today.
No, yeah, if you come to Friday services, Maria sang on Friday, and she did so good. I'm so proud of you.
Oh my god, during Isayu?
Yeah, Lucas was telling me it was bad.
It's terrible.
But hey, it came out good.
No, Keza like cut a bunch of my things out.
But I'm saying, like, it came out good.
Yeah, because
Like,
of the time. But you know, it's okay. It came
Yeah.
out good. That's all we gotta say.
yeah. I have a question.
Okay.
When was the last time, and like this goes for you and for you, whoever's listening or watching, when was the last time you asked God for a revelation of his love?
Mm.
Because hear me out.
Mm. Go.
You might ask or you ask and you shall receive.
Uh-huh.
That's in the Bible, right?
Yep.
So if you're in a situation where you're really just like, am I really enough? Like, am I good enough to do this? Or if you're questioning your worth, why don't you ask God if you're enough? He will show you that you are.
You will. He will, because you are.
Literally.
One big sign that he said that you're enough is because he died for every single one of us for our sins.
Absolutely.
One of his biggest way of showing that was on that cross.
Yeah. So why don't you just ask him? He will give you signs.
He
He
will.
will give you, it can be dreams. Bro, a person can walk into your life or just say hi to you and say something to you, and it will give you the answer that you're looking for. It's mad like that.
And like about signs, they're always not as you want them to be.
Mhm.
You can be like, God, I want my sign for somebody to come up and hug me and say this. This person can come up to you and hug you and not say anything, but the sign for God was that person hugged you. Not because they said that. Your plan might be something, God's plan is totally something else for
Oh
you.
yeah. You plan something and God laughs right at your face.
Be like, that's not what I want for you, sweetie. That's not what I have plans for you in the
Yep.
future. In Jeremiah 29:11, this verse is very popular. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future."
Beautiful. I love that. One thing too, like sometimes you're in a situation where you see somebody else already in the thing that you want to be in or be involved in, and you're comparing yourself to that person. And one thing is that you can't compare your step 2 to somebody's step 15. Like everybody goes through a different journey when they're going through something.
Yeah.
So you literally can't compare, what you're going through in the beginning when somebody is already almost done with that one thing. So you can't compare, like I said, you can't compare your step 2 to somebody's step 15, step 20. It's crazy to think that you could even do that, but you do. We all do. But we have to realize that we're so different from each other that we shouldn't even compare ourselves to people and people's journeys, because we're not gonna follow their steps.
Or not even the simplest way you can put that is you're two different people.
Yeah.
It's never going to be the same.
God has 2 different paths for 2 different people.
It's your path is definitely not the path your mom took or your dad took. He has a bigger and a better plan for you.
Yeah, and you're worth
It's
so much just by being you.
yes. Oh my God, be you. don't try to be anybody else, because you will never go anywhere with that. I can try to be Gabby. I'm not going to go anywhere with that. God created you to be you, not anybody else, because you are enough in Him. So, again, be you.
Yep.
One big thing, too, is like um, the fact of feeling enough um, is so like small compared to everything else in this world, that like we try to find it in everything else: a boyfriend, a friendship, um, anything, drugs, um, to fill something within us, to feel a love, feel anything. That what you want to bring shit within you, it's only gonna come through Christ.
Mhm.
So like the fact of, oh, I don't feel loved, I don't feel enough, I don't this and that. Dude, you're not gonna find that in anything else except God.
100%.
You're not. Trust me. Oh my God, trust me. Many people be like, oh my God, I don't feel loved. Let me just get a pet so they can love me.
That's very true, actually.
No, it's not gonna help you, Shadi. Um, any minimalistic thing, anything in this world is not going to tell you how much you are enough more than Christ will tell you how much you are enough. Um, and have trust in God that everything is working for your good in His story,
Yes. Ask God for guidance.
for sure.
It's such an easy thing to do, and we overthink it so much. But if you literally just sit down with yourself and just, you know, put your mind at ease and just ask Him for guidance in whatever it is that you're, questioning yourself on, just ask Him for help and for guidance, because He will. And He will show you that you're able to do that one thing, and He'll show you that you're capable of achieving whatever that you put your mind to, because you are.
hmm Um, I just want to finish off my thing with a verse for in Psalms 139, 19, 13 through 15. For God created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that is full wealth. My frame was not hidden for you when I was made in the secret place, when I was wombed together in the depths of the earth. God created you when you were in your mother's womb. He knows everything that is going to happen to you. You just have to choose what path you want to go to. And no matter what path you go to, you will always feel enough through Him, in a way.
Yes,
You're always
absolutely.
going to be loved by God, no matter what you do, no matter what you choose, no matter anything that happens in your life.
Yeah.
Just know that you are enough. And like Gabby said, if you want, question God. Question how much you are loved by Him, because He will show it for sure.
Absolutely. Um, and one thing you gotta keep in mind is that you can do it because you have God guiding you through it.
Yeah.
So say, I can do it because I have God guiding me through it. I have God by my side through every second of every minute of every day, guiding me through it, guiding me through life. Because it's true. He's there with you at every second of every moment. And that's not going to change. But don't take
His love for granted.
for granted, yeah, and don't um I don't want to say, I don't, how do I put this into words, like, tipo, não usa ele,
Explain.
like, don't use God's love and His forgiveness.
Just don't be throwing it out there, you mean? Like, be like, oh, just because He loves me, I'm just going to do this.
Or yeah, or even just like, oh, I'm just gonna smoke this one cigarette, but I know he's gonna forgive me. Like, don't do that, because he knows what you're doing, and if you keep it up, like, you're done for good, and he will show you that you're done for good. And
He
honey,
will, he will show you, like, not that you're done, because no matter what you do, God will love you, but, like, there is a, I believe, I don't know how I put it, there is a line to cross. So, like, um,
I
if you
guess
cross the line, like, that's when, like, okay, this is when God says, oh, I'm going to take this away from you. You don't deserve that anymore.
no, but I think like if you take him for granted to a certain point, like he's able to take himself away from your life in a way where you know that ability of being forgiven for whatever it is that you did, and that you repent, because you have to repent in order to be forgiven.
Uh-huh.
He will take the ability out of your hands, because he would do that to teach you a lesson. And if you don't end up learning that lesson, then you would be done for good.
Yes, one thing about God, he doesn't step away from you. We step away from him.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's always going to be there. You just have to come closer to him. So like you said, oh, I'm just going to smoke this one cigarette. Okay, you smoke it. That's when Jesus is here, you're here, you smoke it, you go back.
Mm-hmm.
You sinned, you go back. Like you said, you repent. This is when you come closer.
Mm-hmm.
Communication with God, you come closer, you pray, you fast, you do everything. That's how you get close to God.
But if you know step away so much, and you know by crossing that one line of his chances, I think that's when he would like.
That's when he starts taking things away from you.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're just we learn from each other, okay? Like, this is how we live our
This
life.
This is how
This
I
is
get
how
my
we fight our battles. This is how we fight our battles. Now he's singing. Oh, jeez. I
but
hope this is good.
yes.
Look at us questioning our worth.
Literally. Why question it when God has all the answers for us?
Yep.
So don't question your worth. Don't. And if you do, ask God. Because what did you say? Ask and you shall receive.
Yep.
There's a verse for that. You should have got the verse for that. Did you get the verse for that?
1 second, and we shall.
Just to recapitulate, is that a word? Just to recapitular.
You know what?
Só para recapitular. How do you say it in Portuguese?
Okay, here, Luke 11:9-13.
Okay, read it for us.
I
sis.
tell you, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and everyone who seeks finds, and to everyone who knocks the door will be opened.
There is a song for that.
Stop.
Yep. I believe it's Elevation.
Look it up and leave it down below.
Yes. It like came into my mind real quick and it left.
Yeah.
What's the word? Recapitular? Essa palavra, né? Não é não. O que é a palavra?
I don't know.
Recapitular.
Okay.
Eu tô falando errado.
Recapitulate.
Yeah, just to recapitulate.
I don't think
What's
that's
the
a
word in English?
Reiterate.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No.
Okay, whatever. Well, you get it.
Right, just para recapitular, o que a Gabriela falou,
Falar.
sabe que Deus nunca afasta de você e que você é que afasta de Deus e que você precisa... What am I going to do, Brazilian?
Portuguese? Oh my
No,
god.
I didn't.
Cancel her.
No, I didn't.
Cancel
No, I didn't.
For Maria.
No, I didn't.
That's embarrassing.
That is really embarrassing. I'm probably going to get whooped for that. Que Deus não afasta de você, é que você é que afasta de Deus e que Ele te ama.
Sim. 100%.
100%.
So we're gonna finish this episode in Portuguese?
Sim. Translate it if you want to. Sério mesmo, eu queria falar que Deus te ama e que tudo que acontece com você é por um propósito. Eu tô perdendo minhas palavras.
Tudo acontece no seu certo tempo.
Yeah.
Deus tem um plano e ele
Se
vai...
cumprirá.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
You're welcome. Tchau, galera. Fica com Deus. Eu te amo demais. Vê nossos podcasts no YouTube, no Apple Music,
Apple
Apple
Podcast.
Podcast, Amazon Music, Anchor e Spotify. Se você gostou, dá um like, comment e share.
Comenta e dá um share. Como que fala share?
Não sei não, tu tá perguntando a pessoa errada.
Ok.
Vai ver os nossos vídeos de... Eu tô falando tudo errado.
A gente já publicou alguns episódios, já até esqueci qual que é esse. Mas...
Esse eu acho que é 10. Ou
Não.
9.
Eu acho que é 9.
Ou 8.
Eu acho que é 9. Anyway, comenta aí.
O que você gostou desse vídeo? E também a música que eu tô falando.
Oh, yeah.
De Lucas o quê?
Lucas 11, eu acho. 11, 9 e a 13.
Sim, tem uma música que vai com essa versão aí. Por favor, pega pra mim, porque eu preciso dela.
Essa versão.
Esse verso.
Gente do céu, eu preciso voltar pra escola.
Eu também.
Tá.
E
Anyway,
eu saí
now
agora.
in English, if you like
Não.
this episode.
Não.
Ok.
Ok, pra falar em inglês, eu vou falar em português.
Vou falar em inglês, vou falar em português. Ok. Fala pra um amigo pra falar pra um amigo
Não.
pra falar pra outro amigo
Achei que
pra
você ia
falar
falar...
pra tia.
Achei que você ia falar inglês, ué.
Não, você falou que não.
Não, eu vou falar em português, é pra falar inglês.
Ok, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a neighbor to tell another neighbor to tell your friend. And
Pra traduzir, fala com um amigo pra falar com um amigo, falar com um amigo, falar com a tia, falar com o tio, falar com a família, falar com o primo.
e também please
And,
share. We
Por
wanna
favor, share, nós queremos.
compartilha. That's
Compartilha!
Oh my god. Maria, we need to end this. Come on.
Mariana, nós precisamos terminar isso, vamos.
I'm gonna put you to translate. Stop copying me.
Para de me copiar!
I'm gonna put you to translate no culto.
Eu? Não, aí é muita pressão, ué.
Tá, anyway, né?
Ok, anyways.
Fiquem com Deus, nós te amamos.
Be with God, we love you.
Beijo na próxima, galera. Tchau,
And see you
tchau.
on the other episodes. Bye!